Coverage you can count on begins with questions about protecting domestic violence victims after a woman and her mother were shot and killed this week. That shooting allegedly by the woman's ex-husband. Kim Vickers joining us now with answers to some of those questions. Kim?
Well, Brad, the main questions people on social media have regarding the murders at Best Buy on Sunday are why didn't she leave with her son sooner, and why was he allowed to have access to his ex-wife and son? I sat down with a survivor of domestic violence who shed some light on why it's not as easy as it may sound.
One of my first memories is that my mom had a shotgun and she was pulling the trigger. Luckily the safety was on. And my dad had me in his arms because they had already been fighting.
Liz Bragg is a domestic violence survivor. She says that from the time she was a toddler, her mother was emotionally and mentally abusive towards her husband and children. Bragg tells me that soon after her parents divorced, her mother remarried, and that's when the physical abuse began.
My stepdad wound up, when my sister was 2 and I was 4, beating my little sister so bad that he left handprint bruises all down her back.
Bragg's father reported the incident to the police and continued what turned out to be a years-long process to get custody of his children. She remembers how difficult it was for her.
But we had to sit down for hours and think of every single incident and try to put it all in writing with the paralegal. And all that is triggering in and of itself, because as an abuse victim, how you go through the day-to-day and how you keep presenting that brave front is you compartmentalize everything.
Child advocate Carrie Viola Brooke explains that it isn't as easy as many people think for abuse victims to get away, especially when there are kids involved.
There's a lot of mental manipulation that goes into it. So there could be threats saying, like, if you leave, I'm going to take our child, I'm going to get sole custody of them.
Viola Brooke says that custody cases involving potential abuse are hard to prove. A lot of times it's he said, she said.
Sometimes we will see that there might be allegations of abuse that come out during custody battles. We know that the rates of child abuse being false or fabricated are really low, but the higher number are related to custody battles.
In Bragg's case, her father finally got full custody once she was a teenager, but she says she isn't sure laws do enough to protect children of abusive parents.
At what point are we going to start standing up for our children? At what point are we going to start voicing it?
Well, this week, Bragg posted a video on social media to tell her story and says that even if publicly sharing her experience is scary or comes with backlash, it's worth it if even one person realizes they aren't alone and gets help. Brad?
All right, Kim, thank you.